Hey Omies, I'm Ewashkiw from Adventure Yoga. Thanks for joining me today for this 45-minute all levels practice that is going to focus on listening. It's going to help us draw in and create this subtle engagement of really paying attention. Listening is an active process that we need to take part in so that we can really process it. We're actually making a list. That's what someone who listens is doing. They're codifying what they hear. So I want you to pay a little more attention today to what you hear. And we're gonna use this subtle muscle, one of the deep core muscles, to help us with that. Unroll your mat, have a seat, and I'll meet you there in just a few seconds. Please come into Vadrasana or Thunderbolt pose, which is what I'm sitting in. It's sitting on your heels pose. If that's not comfortable for you, you can sit however is comfortable. Take your hands and touch at the front of your hips. So the bony bits at the front of your hips. Sometimes we call them your hip points. Sometimes we call them your ASIS. Touch those little bones at the front of your hips. We're going to use those as markers to help us create a little bit of toning in our belly today. That's a muscle that traverses your abdomen called the transverse abdominis. It goes across your abdomen. So if you touch your ASIS, your hip points, and then draw those points, draw those sides of your waist in towards your belly button, you can imagine like you've got shorts that you can't quite do up. It's like yoga shorts or summer shorts. This is the lowest last summer. Yeah. Tighten it up a little bit more and then relax that, because obviously we want to be able to breathe and move while we're doing this subtle engagement, and so we don't need to make it so overt. So touch your bony bits, the hip points again, and then subtly, just like softly, move them in towards each other, move them in towards your belly button so you get a slight toning across your abdomen here. Because this layer of muscle, it's deep, it's below your six-pack. Whether you see them or not, it's below those. And so it's a subtle layer that we use to help support us, to hold us up, to help us to draw into ourselves and really spend some time in there. So that's a muscle we're going to focus on today, but we're not going to spend the whole time in Thunderbolt pose, so please come into Child's pose. Take your knees wide, bring your big toes together to touch. Sit back on your heels and fold forward and stretch your arms out in front of you. If you can bring your forehead to the ground here, do. And if your forehead won't make it to the ground, you can always take your hands and make a little stack with your hands so that you can rest your forehead there. Balasana, Child's pose. Welcome. Take a moment and just listen to yourself. And then we can do the same action, that subtle engagement of our belly here. So without your hands touching your hip points, draw them in towards each other, in towards your belly a little, so that your belly gets just a slight toning. So rather than just dropping down towards the ground, it draws in and moves maybe your belly button back towards your spine very slightly. So there's a little more engagement. Listening is an active process. It's a process that involves action. It's not passive. It's not just being out and letting sounds wash over you. It's actually paying attention, making note of what you hear, what you do. And so this little action that we're doing here with our belly is to help remind us that we are supposed to be taking part in our life. We're supposed to be taking part in our practice. What does that mean, supposed to be? Well, if we want to get the most benefit from it, if we want to really take part in what we're doing and what we're experiencing in life, I want you to do that, and you're here, I think you want to take part too. So keep the size of your waist drawing in slightly and come up to all fours. Lift your shoulders, lift your hips, bring your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, and do a few rounds of cat and cow. Round your back for cat, move your hips towards your face, face towards your hips, so you can stretch your spine. And then for cow pose, it's sort of the opposite. Move your hips back and up, chest forward and up, shoulders away from your ears, stretch across your belly. And then back into cat, round your spine, back into cow, arch your back. One more, cat, just to get everything moving and stretching, and one more cow. And then come to neutral. One of my favorite warm-ups for our spine is Balasana, or side child's pose. So come up on your right fingertips, and then this is how we do it. Take your left arm underneath your right arm, stretch it over to the right, and bring your left shoulder and outside of your head down to the ground or towards the ground. And then stretch with your left fingertips over to the right, stretch your right elbow forward, and move your hips to the left a little. So we're getting a nice twist on our left side, nice opening on our right side, and then think about drawing the sides of your waist in a little, and turn your head to the right a little more. Come back to center, come up onto your left fingertips, and Balasana to the left. Take your right arm underneath your left, stretch your right fingertips over to the left so you can bring your right shoulder outside of your head down to the ground or towards the ground. On this side, my right shoulder is often very slightly hovering off the ground. Stretch your right fingers over to the left, stretch your left elbow forward, and shift your hips over to the right. Turn your head to the left a little more, just get a little more of the twist, a little more opening on your left. And come back to center, back to all fours, sit on your heels, back to Vadrasana. And sit up tall. Interlace your fingers in front of you, push your hands away from you, draw the sides of your waist in, move your belly back a little, stretch your arms up. Push up through your hands, push down through your toes. And draw the sides of your waist in a little, tone your belly, bring your hands down, walk your hands forward, come into plank pose. Tuck your toes, bring your shoulders over your wrists, wrists underneath your shoulders, push through your toes, push through your hands. That's going to help you activate your transverse abdominis. So to do that, draw the sides of your waist in a little. Then lengthen through your neck, Balasana. Downward facing dog, Gomukasana. Lift your hips up, push them back, move your chest back, and stretch. Push through your hands, stretch through your shoulders, lift through your butt, stretch your heels back and down towards the ground. Draw the sides of your waist in a little. Lengthen through your neck. Gomukasana. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. So stretch your right heel back and down. Really work to get your heel to the ground. Doesn't matter if it gets to the ground, but that's going to give you more calf stretch. And then change sides. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, stretch your left heel back and down. And change sides. Right leg straight, left leg bent. Draw the sides of your waist in. Change sides. Change sides. Change sides. And change sides. I think we gotta do one more. So left leg straight, right leg bent. Then we're balanced. Both knees bent. Lift up through your butt, push out through your hands. Draw the sides of your waist in. Gomukasana with bent knees. And then Gomukasana. Straight legs. Downward facing dog. Take your right hand and reach for the outside of your left leg.
Reach all the way down as far as you can, keeping both legs straight. Revolved down dog. Pull on your left leg with your right hand and twist and look under your left arm. Draw the sides of your waist in so you can twist a little more. And come back to center. Gomukasana. Lift your left leg up for three-legged dog. Stretch your right heel back and down. Draw the sides of your waist in so that your left knee isn't turning out to the left, but the sides of your waist draw in, and you can lift your left heel straight up. Vadrasana or lunge, step your left leg forward. Step your left foot between your hands and work to get your left knee over your left ankle. Push down through your right toes and look forward. Balasana, lunge. Push through your feet. Draw the sides of your waist in so that your belly tones slightly and then lift up. Use that, drawing in, engagement, lift your torso, stretch your arms up. So to help us move inside, to help us be aware of what's happening in our body, draw the sides of your waist in and listen. Hold your right wrist with your left hand. Just take your left hand, grab your right wrist, and stretch up. Stretch back through your right leg. Engage your right butt, side bend to the left. So pull your right hand over to the left. Shorten your left side. Stretch your right side. I call this one crescent, crescent. Back to the high lunge. Come back up. Stretch your arms up. Look forward, Chandrasana. Pull your right heel forward, over your right toes, Steven. So your left knee is over your left ankle. Maybe you can do that too. Draw the sides of your waist in, warrior two. Spin your right heel down, open your arms out to the side, and look forward. Take your hands onto your hip points and draw them in slightly so your belly tones a little. Even though you can't see my hips, do it anyway. Stretch your arms out to your sides again. Vadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Smile. Bend your left arm and lean your left arm onto your left thigh. Then look over your right shoulder. Utthita Parasvakonasana. Turn your right palm up and stretch it long. Before you twist here, push through your left forearm, push through your feet. Draw the sides of your waist in so your deep core engages, and then use that and turn your whole torso up and look up. Parasvakonasana. Trikonasana, straighten your left leg, stretch your right arm up, and stretch your left arm down outside your left leg. Touch your left leg with your left arm, draw the sides of your waist in, and turn your whole torso up. Straighten both legs. Trikonasana. Look down at your left foot. Chandrasana, half moon. Bend your left knee a little, slide your left hand forward. And then lean into your left foot, push with your right foot, and slide forward. Lift your right leg, bring your left wrist under your left shoulder, stretch your right arm up, right wrist over your left shoulder. Draw the sides of your waist in, and then turn your torso to the right. Chandrasana, half moon. Warrior 2, bend into your left knee. Carefully float your right leg back, come back up. Warrior 2. And Chandrasana. Bring your hands to the ground, lift your right heel, step back to plank, draw the sides of your waist in and bend your elbows and slowly lower your strong body. Place your feet flat, up dog. Slide your hips forward and up, draw the sides of your waist in, lift your chest up. Downward facing dog, tuck your toes, push it up and back. Well, it's easy to not listen in down dog, to just be like, oh, thank God we're in down dog. Just forget about all this yoga stuff. Instead, listen to your body. Listen to your mind and see what it's saying about what you've just done, how you feel. To help, draw the sides of your waist in, lift through your butt, lengthen through your neck. Parivrtta Adho Mukha Svanasana to the other side. Remember that? Way back at the beginning of the sequence, take your left hand, reach for the outside of your right leg. Hold your right leg and look under your right arm. So pull with your left hand, push with your right hand, and twist to the right. Draw your belly in, twist a little more. Downward facing dog. Bring your left hand down. Lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Stretch your left heel back and down, push through your hands, and then so that your right leg isn't turning out to the right, draw your hips in. So your hips are square here. Lift your right leg up higher. Balasana, lunge, step your right foot forward, bring your right foot between your hands, come up onto your fingertips, and then look forward. Push through your left toes, stretch your right knee forward. Balasana or lunge. Draw the sides of your waist in. That's going to help engage your whole torso so that you can just easily, or whatever that looks like today, lift your torso. Lift your torso. Draw the sides of your waist in. That'll help make everything lighter. Draw your arms up and overhead, stretch up. Ashta Chandrasana. Not Ardha Chandrasana, Ashta Chandrasana, eighth of a moon pose, or crescent moon pose. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Same thing as we did on the other side. Stretch up, and then pull your left hand over to the right. Crescent, crescent. Draw the sides of your waist in. Shorten your right side. Come back up to center, Ashta Chandrasana. Spin your left heel down. Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Stretch out through your right fingertips. Stretch back through your left fingertips. And draw the sides of your waist in. So on the first side, I had you touch your waist. You couldn't see my waist. This side you can, so let's do it here. Touch your waist. Draw the sides of your waist in. It's not to square your hips open here, so to open them up fully, it's more to just get that engagement to your core so that you can draw in, so that you can hear yourself. Pay attention. So we do this action to help us be active in our listening, in our digesting, in our processing. Bring your right forearm onto your right thigh. Look over your left shoulder, turn your left palm up, and stretch your left arm alongside your ear. Uttita Parsvakonasana. Draw the sides of your waist in and then turn your whole torso up. So keep that engagement of your deep core, of your transverse abdominis. Draw it in and then stretch out. We do this work of listening, of coming inside so that we can move out. It's not just to stay in, so that we can take this content, coordinated, and focused you and bring that into the world. All right, that's our Parsvakonasana. Trikonasana, straighten your right leg, stretch your left arm up, and stretch your right arm down. Stretch your arm down outside your right leg, touch the outside of your right leg, stretch your left wrist over your right wrist. Draw the sides of your waist in and then turn your whole torso to look up. That tiny engagement of your abdomen is just going to help you be more connected to everything that's going on. In the world? Sure. In your body? Definitely. Ashta Chandrasana is eighth of a moon. Ardha Chandrasana is half moon. Look down at your right foot. Bend your right knee, slide your right hand forward and touch the ground outside your right foot. I like to line up my thumb and my baby finger roughly. Push through your right hand, lean into your right foot and push through your right foot. Use your left leg to push and shift you forward, lift you up. Lift your left leg, lift your right arm. Bring your right wrist underneath your shoulder and then look out to the left. And to help turn your whole body up, to help hear what's going on, draw the sides of your waist in, turn your whole chest up. 1/8 of a moon. Draw the sides of your waist in. Use that to help control the movement as you shift back to warrior 2. Bend your right knee. Float your left leg back. Lift your body up. Draw the sides of your waist in and look it out. And then Chaturanga. Bring your hands down, lift your left heel. Step back to plank pose. Draw the sides of your waist in, tone your belly, and lower Chaturanga. Up dog is next. Feet flat, curl up forward. Draw the sides of your waist in so you can lift through your upper back more. Downward facing dog. Draw the sides of your waist in, lift through your hips, stretch long through your neck. And come down to your knees. This might be unexpected. Lie on your right side. It's totally unexpected, right? Lie down on your right side. Have your knees bent. Have your knees not straight back, but at an angle, about a 45-degree angle for your hip. So you can see what I'm doing here. That's what we're doing. Have your right elbow on the ground, underneath, in the sort of same line as your body, so you can rest on your hand. But if it's more comfortable to just be on the ground with your head, you can do that too. That's not the priority. Bring your feet together and then lift your left knee up. So these are called clamshell. And it's just like opening your legs up like a clamshell and then closing it. So bring your left knee down, lift your left knee up, bring your left knee down. Now do this nice and slowly. Keep doing these repetitions of lifting and lowering your left knee. And then take your left hand and touch your left ASIS or your hip point. And then allow your fingers, move your fingers just onto the inside of your hip point so you can feel your belly here. And then as you lift and lower your left knee, notice the muscles tone under your fingers. This is working to activate your transverse abdominis in a pretty subtle way, just to show you that it's working all the time, it's helping you. We're hoping to become a little more active in our involvement, involved in our actions, paying attention. Listening involves paying attention, making note of what it is that you become aware of, so that you can process it. All right, now this is not only targeting your transverse abdominis, it's also getting your glute medius, glute minimus. So that's probably plenty. Let's flip it over and do the other side. So you can just roll over onto your left side. Prop up your head or bring your head down to the ground. Have your knees out from your hips at about a 45-degree angle, feet together. Lift your right knee up. And then slowly lower your right knee. Keep your feet together that whole time so your legs are opening up like a clamshell, if that image helps you. Take your right hand onto your hip point and then take your fingers just to the inside of your hip point so you can feel muscles underneath your fingers here. Engage as you lift and lower your right knee. Again, these are the transverse abdominis muscles that you can feel. They go all the way across your body, across your abdomen. They traverse it. So the Latin is pretty similar to what we might say in English. They really are an important part of your deep core. They help you with every leg lift, every knee lift, every footstep, every arm raise, every twist, every turn. These muscles are here to help you. Just like we can passively listen, we're practicing actively listening here. Well, we can passively support our body with our transverse abdominis, but we're working to actively do that, to take part in that action. Do another couple of these so that it's fairly balanced from one side to the next. Do one more. Then relax and come onto your back. Have your knees bent, place your feet on the ground, lie down on your back. And then bring your left foot up off the ground and lift your left heel as high as your left knee. Take your right hand and place it on your left knee. Straighten your right arm. Have your left knee bent, left heel as high as your left knee. Lift your head off the ground and take your left hand behind your head. So you can always look at me. This is where we've got to. And then take your head back so that your left hand is hovering off the ground and you can look up. Open your left elbow out to the side. And then so that your right heel is hovering off the ground, straighten your right leg out and hover it off the ground. Okay, so we got here, these are cross core crunches. We're going to do this on this side and switch it over to the other side. So listen, pay attention here so that you can just recreate this in the mirror image after we do 10 of these. They go like this. Bring your left elbow, right knee to touch your right arm. Draw your elbow and knee in, touch your right arm, bring your head up, bring your shoulders off the ground, and then stretch it out, open it up. Draw it in and touch, lift your shoulders, and stretch it out. Inhale. Exhale, curl it up and in. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, curl it up and in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Keep doing these. And think about drawing the sides of your waist in as you crunch up, but think about keeping them drawing in as you open it up. So keep them engaged that whole time, so they're part of the conversation the whole time. What's happening to your left heel? Keep your left heel as high as your knee. What's happening to your right arm? Keep it straight. Bring your shoulders off the ground. Oh, do 3 more. I'm not counting. Do 3 more. And after your third, don't stop. Jump switch. That just means change. Left hand onto your right knee. Right heel as high as your right knee. Straighten your left leg out. Left heel hovering off the ground. Right hand behind your head. Open your right elbow up. And then do them on this side. Cross, core, crunch. Left knee, right elbow to touch your left arm. And open it up. You can do them at your own pace. Work to lift your shoulders. Work to keep your right heel as high as your right knee. Work to keep your left arm straight. And don't forget to get your shoulders off the ground when you curl it up and in. Draw the sides of your waist in the whole time, even when you're opening up. Do 3 more. And then bring your feet to the ground, head to the ground, arms to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest, and then we're going to rock and roll and flip over into downward facing dog. It sounds fancy, but it's not really. So just rock and roll, come over. All right, so knees in your chest, rock and roll back and forth. Get a little momentum, and then bring your hands down and jump back, step back, find your way back into downward facing dog. Draw the sides of your waist in so you can lift your hips. Take your right hand outside your left leg. Inhale, pull on your left leg, and exhale, twist and look under your left arm. Inhale here, move your hips to the right, and exhale. Inhale, come back to downward facing dog. And exhale, lift your left leg. Draw the sides of your waist in so you can lift your left leg straight up. Inhale. Exhale, step your left leg forward for Balasana. Lunge. Look forward. Inhale. And exhale, push down through your feet. Draw the sides of your waist in. Tone your belly and inhale, come up. Stretch your arms up. And exhale. Hold your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, side bend to the left. Oh look, we've turned it into a flow. I know. Inhale, come up to Chandrasana. And exhale into Warrior 2. Draw the sides of your waist in. Inhale, stretch up through your spine. Side angle. Exhale, forearm to thigh, stretch your right arm long. Inhale. Draw the sides of your waist in and twist more. Exhale. Straighten your left leg. Stretch your arms up and down. So split your arms, triangle. Inhale. And exhale. Tone your belly. Inhale, look down. Slide your left hand forward and exhale. half moon. Lift your right leg. Just do your best. Inhale, tone your belly and twist to the right. Stretch long. Exhale. Warrior two. Inhale, come up. Find your warrior two. Exhale. Bring your hands down. Lift your right heel. Step back to plank. Tone your belly. And exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Steady your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the sides of your waist in. Lift through your butt. Inhale. Stretch long through your neck. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take your left hand, hold outside your right leg. Revolved down dog. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale. Lift your right leg. Three-legged dog. Inhale, tone the sides of your waist. Exhale, step your right leg forward. Balasana. Inhale, draw the sides of your waist in. Push through your feet. Exhale. Inhale, lift your torso up. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, Chandrasana. Eighth of a moon. Warrior two. Inhale, open it up. But don't just open your hips up. Draw the sides of your waist in. Exhale. Warrior two. Kanasana. Inhale. Draw the sides of your waist in and twist. Exhale. Straighten your right leg. Inhale. Split your arms. Right arm stretches down. Left arm stretches up. Exhale. Triangle. Draw the sides of your waist in and stretch it out. Inhale. Chandrasana. Half moon. Bend your right knee and exhale. Float forward. Lift up. Inhale. Draw the sides of your waist in and turn your torso up. Exhale. Back to warrior two. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Up dog. Inhale. Draw the sides of your waist in so you can lift your chest. And downward facing dog. Gomukasana. So we can move through that sequence over probably about 8 or 9 minutes. It took us the first round through. Or we can move through it in about 2 minutes. Just depends where we place our focus, what the point is. Sometimes it's nice to move with very specific, detail-oriented movement. Sometimes it's nice to just move and listen and see what we can discover. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Step your left foot forward. Vadrasana. Exhale. Bring your right knee down to the ground. Inhale, lift your chest. Move your hips back. Exhale. Walk your hands back. Lift the ball of your foot off the ground. And exhale. Slide your left heel forward till your left leg is straight. And then slide your heel back till your right hip is over your right knee. So left leg straight, right hip over right knee. Sometimes called a runner's lunge, but that's a few things. Always called Hanumanasana, half Hanuman pose. Draw the sides of your waist in so your belly moves back a little, then do a little upper back bend. Fold forward over your left leg. Your back will round here, totally fine. Steady your breath and just take a moment here to listen. How's your belly doing? Tone your belly. How are your hamstrings doing? Straighten your left leg. How's your mind doing? Steady your breath. Let's come back to the knee down lunge. Lift your chest. Walk your hands forward. Pull your left foot back until you can place your left foot flat. Low lunge. Straighten your right leg. Go back to three-legged dog. Place your hands flat. Step your left leg back. Lift it up to tone your belly. So you're lifting the legs straight up. And bring your left leg down. Gomukasana. Lift your right leg up, tone your belly so you lift your right leg straight up. Vadrasana, lunge, step it forward, place it on the ground, bring your left knee down to the ground. Low lunge. Shift your hips back, walk your hands back. Lift the ball of your right foot off the ground and then slide your right leg forward or pick it up and straighten it so you can have your right leg straight and then shift back till your left hip is over your left knee. Look forward. Ardha Hanumanasana. Draw the sides of your waist in so your belly tones and then think upper back bend. Lift through your upper back and then round your spine and fold over your right leg. Draw your belly in and listen. What is it that you hear? Where do you feel this? Where do you feel disengaged? What actions can you take to take part more fully? Tone your belly. Lift your head and chest, walk your hands forward, shift your hips forward, bring your right foot flat, low lunge. And then step your right leg back, sit on your heels. Back to Vadrasana, where we started. Stretch your right arm up. I was trying to have an angle. Stretch your right arm up and bend your elbow. Place your hand between your shoulders. Stretch your left arm back, bend your elbow, clasp your hands if that's available. If it's not available, hold your shirt. Tighten up the grip on your hands, draw your left elbow and right elbow towards each other, and lift through your upper back. Release your hands. Roll your shoulders a little, shake them off, shake your head a little, and then stretch your left arm up, bend your elbow, place your hand on your back. Stretch your right arm back behind you, bend your elbow, and hold your hands or hold your shirt. Draw your elbows towards each other and lift through your chest. So we're doing Gomukasana Arms. This is the arms from a pose called Gomukasana, cow face pose. And we're doing Vadrasana, thunderbolt, in our legs. And then release that. Come onto your back. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground. Bring your right ankle above your left knee, and then lift your left knee up. So sometimes called Hindulasana or deep quad or glute stretch. Deep glute stretch is what people sometimes call this. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. Move your right knee away from your shoulder, away from your chest. Engage your right ankle, engage your left ankle, and with your hands, pull your left knee towards your chest. And listen to yourself. We're almost done. So listen to the energy moving through your body from the work you've done. Listen to the parts of your body that are tired, the parts of your body that are open. Just notice. And then carefully release your foot to the ground, release both feet to the ground, and change sides. Bring your left ankle above your right knee. Lift your right knee off the ground and hold the front of your shin or hold the back of your right leg. If you have knee issues, holding your shin may make them worse, so you might want to hold your hamstrings instead. Draw your right knee towards your chest. Move your left knee away from your chest. And listen. It's okay to be sore places. It's okay to be tired places. Notice how you are. Notice how you feel.
How are you in this moment? Where are you? Release your legs, bring your feet down to the ground. Straighten your left leg out, keep your right knee bent, and then hold your right knee with your left hand. So bring your right knee in towards you so you can grab it with your left hand. Place your right hand on the ground, and then twist over to the left. Parivrtta Supta Padangusthasana. Pull your right knee over to the left and look over your right shoulder so you can twist it. Draw your right hip towards your left foot. So rather than drawing your waist in, move your right hip point towards your left foot. So you get this weird little twist in your hip. And then come back to center. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left leg. Hold your left knee with your right hand. Place your left hand on the ground. Parivrtta Supta Padangusthasana. Twist over to the right. You can rest your left foot on your right leg. That's what I like to do here. Look over your left shoulder and stretch. Twist to get a little more. Move your left hip towards your right foot. Just a tiny movement. Just get a little more focused engagement so that you take part a little more. So that you're involved in the action. It's not a passive action. It's an intentional movement to help you open up, move inside. Come back to center. Stretch both legs out straight on the ground. Stretch your arms up and overhead. Plantar flex your feet. That means point your toes. And stretch through your fingers. Stretch through your knees. Arch your back. Stretch across your belly. And then relax. Bring your arms down to your sides and turn your palms up. I'm going to set up for Shavasana now. So if there's anything you need to gather for your Shavasana, please do. Take your feet as wide as your mat and roll your feet out so that your legs turn out, and relax them so that they can just be free. Turn your palms up at your sides. Close your eyes and turn in. Relax your belly. Relax at your hip points and in the space between your hip points. Relax your face. Listening is an active engagement. It's an active process. We take part in listening. In Shavasana, you don't need to take part. Just relax. Whatever happens, happens. Start to deepen your breath. And to move your fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists, and then allow that to move up your legs, up your arms, into your hips and your shoulders. If you want to stretch your arms overhead, do. And then when it's time to come up, bend your knees, turn onto your side.
And if you can come up to seated with your eyes closed, please do.
Just helps you stay inside. Pay attention to what's going on inside a little more. Sit up tall. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Listen to yourself here. Thank yourself for setting aside this time for you, for your practice. And listen to how it has made you feel. How do you feel? This practice will hopefully remind you that listening is something you need to take part in. Your life is something you need to take part in. It can happen passively, but the more involved we are, the more connected we are to what we're doing, to how we're doing it, to what we're hearing, and to what it means, the more we'll be able to use that information to help you grow, to help you become yourself more, to help you find your adventure today, tomorrow, and this year. That's my hope, and that's this practice. Thank you for practicing. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that this helped you feel your core a little bit more, hear your core a little bit more, and maybe understand this process of listening to yourself more so that you can really become better at listening to others and to being part of your community. That's the adventure. Thanks for practicing. If you have any questions about this class, please put it in the comments below. And if you're looking for a class to do with me another day, you can just click there, add that class to your watch later list. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please just click my picture right over there. Click on the little bell icon that comes up and you'll get notifications whenever I'm posting new classes, just like this one. Thanks, OMies. See you soon.